we are react to Plaqueboymax accused of copying streamer University made by Hello Yasin Extras. Now, if you ain't seriously, this man Max did make an announcement saying he was going to do an event for upcoming streamers, and all of a sudden people are really saying he's copying Streamer University. That's just stupid, bro. Like, streamers just can't give people a chance to come up now, bro. Like, streamers just cannot give new and upcoming content creators to come up now, bro. I don't know, but that's stupid. But before we get to the video, though,
comparisons never stop in general, and this time people are trying to compare what Plaqueboymax's new idea is to Cenat Streamer University, and I can't help but say that they're 100% wrong.
I thought this. I'm not gonna lie. I thought he was about to say they were 100% right, bro. I don't know why. I ain't gonna lie. I would have said that as a troll, though. I would have said as a troll, bro. The motherfuckers would have read the comments saying, "Yeah, this man's hating on Plaqueboymax."
This all started off with Plaqueboymax, keep in mind,
I would have
he
did that
spent
as
a
a
couple
troll,
of
bro.
weeks in the hospital due to an infection, was unable to feel a side of his arm, and I don't know if it was a side of his face too. So very scary situation he had to go through, but thank God he's healthy. He got out, and he showed up to TwitchCon like the president. So I'm gonna play you guys two clips. This guy showed up with like 25 security guards, several cameramen, and he showed up with the carnival team. Not gonna lie, it was like Ringling Brothers. He even had like what are
You wanna know what's crazy? That's how I be walking out of public. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I got that thing to the point. I started walking with like 25 bodyguards in public 24/7. People be coming up to me, asking me for pictures and shit. 400 subscribers, see, I'm famous enough.
they call it, a little person. You know, I'm very considerate over here. I've got, it's not emotions. What is it? I try to keep this a safe environment, right, for people's emotions. No, I don't at all. But let me play you guys those two clips first.
All right, bet. Let's go. Hey, look. Hey, you right here. I need you to hold me down, bro, or you fired. Let's go. Come on. Right here. Oh, come on. Thank you. Can you actually pour it while I'm walking? I'm sorry. Come on, Trey, get ahead.
Nigga talking about hold him down, bro. I ain't gonna lie, nigga. He's gonna hold him up.
If I needed you to give me a piggyback ride right now, you could.
Let's go. Let's go. Ready?
Sierra, where's Sierra?
I'm ready.
Sierra, can you come here? Sierra, where you hired this? Who is this guy?
He works for a security company.
Watch out for the carts. It's Plaqueboy, it's Plaqueboy. Come on, man. Hey, yo, Chad, what's up? He ain't securing.
So that was quite a funny interaction, and you're probably wondering, like, yo, what the hell? Why is Plaqueboymax showing up with so much security? Honestly, he could have donated a couple of those security to that girl, Emiru, because after seeing what happened to her, he's the smart guy for showing up with so much security. Now, that's not
Wait, what the fuck happened to Emiru?
to knock her, it's really to knock Twitch, because these guys are just letting chicks that are doing meet and greets get attacked, which is completely outrageous, and banning their personal.
Bro, you mean to tell me that? Bro, okay, hold on, bro. So you mean to tell me she got attacked and this nigga right here is just standing there? Like, ain't he like a staff team or some shit? Like, bro.
Security guards, but he hopped up on stage on TwitchCon, or at TwitchCon, to give a huge announcement, and I'm gonna play.
How the fuck did that even happen? Like, bro, what? Yeah, that nigga, the guy right there, he's clearly a staff member, bro.
You guys' speech real quick.
On September 15th, I checked into the hospital with a very serious infection. Laying in that bed, I thought to myself, did I accomplish, say I never streamed again, did I accomplish everything I wanted to in my career? Did I achieve all my goals? The simple answer is no, for many reasons. There's many things I want to do, things I want to achieve. And one of those goals is to inspire others and help other people achieve their dreams just like I did. Well, today I can check that off the list. My name is Plaqueboymax, and today I present you guys with Next Big Streamer. Clap for me, clap for me. Now, what is Next Big Streamer, you ask? Next Big Streamer is a live streaming show where a select amount of smaller streamers will have the ability to compete in challenges to be crowned not only the next big streamer, but receive a prize that will launch them into their streaming career. With this show, I aim to highlight hidden gems, streamers that don't have the notoriety or the attention that they deserve like the bigger streamers. And I will accomplish this. My name is Plaqueboymax.
I trust your handicap improves.
Spends more time in the woods than with his family, Your Honor.
It's an investment.
This is Next Big Streamer. Applications open soon. Thank you.
And people are saying he's copying Streamer University. Like, bro. Like, damn, bro. We just cannot have good things. Like, damn, like, bro. I obviously, I may not even, I'm gonna probably apply, bro. I'm probably not gonna make it. It's gonna be hella people applying anyway, bro. But I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. People are really, the only thing people think about from this is that he's copying Kai, bro. So y'all don't want to help him get people up? Like, wait, no, I said that wrong. So y'all don't want to get, like, y'all not trying to help yourself, you know, get more views and get more recognition from this, bro? Y'all, the only thing y'all can think about is just, he's copying Kai Cenat, bro? Like, really? I don't know, bro.
All right, I'm getting my application in, man. All right.
So here he talks about how he's got this new show idea. And one thing I got to say, and actually I'll save this until a little bit later. This is a brilliant idea. It's like America's next top model, you know, next top talent. It's like The Voice. A lot of these, for any streamers that are lacking ideas, just go to ChatGPT or Perplexity or something and ask them to list you the highest rated game shows of Japan, South Korea, China, Russia, and hell, maybe even somewhere, maybe Egypt and the US, of course, for the past between the 70s and the 2000s. And you've got a gold mine of probably 500 plus ideas, because these succeeded on television and they ran for several seasons or ran for several years. You know that they were making money, which people tuned in, and people have not changed from then until now, especially if you're live streaming, right? Like, you could say, oh, people's attention spans are shorter, which I think is true and not true.
Yeah, no, he's not wrong. My attention span be short too. Like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. When I was in school, bro, I used to go to sleep in all my classes, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. I don't even know how I passed, bro. Probably because I just locked in. Like, throughout my entire high school years, bro, and all of my classes, bro, my short span, my attention span was so short, bro. I would just, real life, just go to sleep for the entire day of the class. Teacher would be on me, be like, wake up, let's see. I'll wake up, and then 2 minutes later, I'll go back to sleep, bro. And they just give up. It just keeps on happening, bro. I'll just never pay this to a lesson, bro. I remember my friends had to tell me, like, what the lesson was, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I really don't know how I got away with all this stuff. And then I was skipping class a lot too. Like, it's just during the last quarter, I just decided to lock in, bro.
But that's a conversation for
Like every year, during the last quarter. All right, man, let me finish all my homework real quick. Boom.
another day that will never happen on this channel. So Plaqueboymax here, he wants to put on, and this is something that Plaqueboymax has been doing. If you guys remember, a couple of years ago, Plaqueboymax, like 5-star, was kind of a crew. I remember he had 5-star House, and there was this other guy, I think was his name Tay Too Smooth or something. He's a streamer now too, but I think him and Max had a falling out. But Max had a crew of people that he met on Discord, and he had like a 5-star House for I think a month or so. I don't know if it was a subathon that he ran there, but I
Man, I'm not gonna lie though. I think that was just like something with this community. That wasn't to like get new streamers up. And Young Dabo was there too. Young Dabo was already like an established name at that point. I ain't gonna lie.
remember seeing that peripherally because I wasn't too focused on the streaming stuff at that point in time. But there was this adjacency with hip hop, in particular. Plaqueboymax covering underground streamers, and Bobalam was always telling me about him since like 2021. So I was paying attention to what was going on there, and he tried to put a bunch of people on. I think he just realized he was not yet at the point where he could afford to distribute the clout, and not just the clout, but the responsibilities that he had and taking care of all of these people and putting them to the forefront, and decided, okay, let me focus on myself and then circle back later on. I think he's still cool with some of these people, but yeah, so he joins FaZe, he leaves FaZe, and now he's trying to do his own thing. Of course, the first comparison that people are going to make is, yo, this is just like Streamer University. No, actually, it's not. Streamer University, and a lot of people misconstrued Streamer University. Streamer University was perceived by the fans, or assumed by the fans, to be, oh, you just get a bunch of streamers, or a ton of streamers that are really small that nobody knows, or some people that have never even streamed before, and you teach them how to stream. No, it wasn't like that at all. And Cenat let that be known. He said, like, no, this is for a mix of characters that people already know and people that are already streaming and consistently streaming that got invites. And one of the criticisms, invalid criticisms.
Okay, you wanna know the one thing I never got about this though? There was a lot of new streamers in Stream Universe, like a lot of upcoming streamers. Why didn't they take that chance and start clip farming, bro? The only one who I seen take advantage of it was Corey, bro. Like, it was 50 people there, bro. Or more, bro. You telling me not one person just thought about clip farming, bro, besides Corey? Like, I ain't gonna lie, I wouldn't be trying to force it, bro, but I definitely would have been clip farming a little bit in Stream University, trying to get my name out there. I'm not gonna lie.
I would say is that, oh no, he didn't invite any small streamers. No, he did. A bunch of small streamers showed up, but you also had people like a DDG, who was one of the professors. You had a lot of big people like Duke, but you also had people like that guy Corey 2U, which is I think is one of the coolest, most inspiring stories. Not saying you should follow him, not saying you should follow in his footsteps, but that guy Corey 2U was taking a bunch of BS classes in community college and was like, you know what, I'm dropping out to apply to Streamer University. And he got in, and now the guy blew up. Now he's doing his thing. Now he's got like several thousand viewers, which is more than enough to sustain himself. Probably he's making more right now than if he had actually graduated college and got a decent job. And he's doing it 3+ years earlier. But that guy committed everything to it. He went from, in the beginning of this year, in college, not sure of his future, but still committed to streaming, to, at the end of the year, showing up to Cenat's Mafiathon and Cenat cutting his hair. But he showed the initiative for it. And in Streamer University, there was no winner. It was just creating an environment for people to take advantage of and content to be created. In Plaqueboymax's scenario, he's trying to make it like, hey, everyone knows this is like the next top streamer. And the thing is, even if there's losers will still win because they'll get a bunch of visibility. And if they're entertaining.
Hell yeah, like, nigga, just being on the show in general, it's a huge win, bro. Like, bro, if you lose, bro, people, like, if you were funny on the show, like, if you did some like notable stuff on the show and you still lost, bro, people are still gonna be like, damn, bro, I wish that guy ain't get eliminated, bro. Like, I'm gonna tune in more to that guy or something, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
People will watch them anyway. But one of the fans of Max, you gotta give this guy a not a wrench. Mod is crazy. You might gotta give him a pink diamond. You know, just give him a VIP or something in the chat, because this is the type of misinformation you need to be spreading. And this guy said, a clip of Max announcing this idea before Streamer University happened. So this guy in Max's chat, Max's Twitter community, 5-star, he's trying to spread around misinformation. And I'm going to play you guys the clip right now.
I want to take 31 streamers, put them in a house. Each day, one get eliminated. On the last day, the final day of the month, whoever wins and is remaining wins $100,000. That will be coming up as well. I'm super excited for that because that is going to be crazy.
So this is where Max is talking about this idea. It sounds like this idea, except at TwitchCon, he didn't say it would be $100,000. But $100,000, that's enough to stream for like 2 straight years. Well, actually, $100,000, I could stream for 3 straight years. That is it. Like if you're living in your mama's basement like me, and you don't got no rent, you don't got to pay for food.
I can't tell if he's for real or not, though.
And you don't even got to wash your own clothes as a grown man. It doesn't get better than that. You get more hours to stream too. But if someone wins 100 bands, that's like you could solidly stream for 2 years off of that. Plus the clout that you got off of that. Let's say you just get a roommate in the U.S. Yeah, that's enough to survive. People survive off of that. And I like the fact that he put this out there. But Max, he is doing something different from Cenat. And I will say that we do have to give credit. Any Cenat hater, you need to sit down.
I guarantee you the same people that's hating on Cenat, the same people that's saying Max is copying Cenat. Like, bro, weren't you just hating on this nigga Kai? Now all of a sudden you trying to like glaze him or something, like, bro. Like, and this is different than Streamer University because he's doing elimination, bro.
Stand down and leave, because Cenat is the reason that Twitch is supporting these shows right now. Like, one of the things we found out is that Cinna, she was saying that Twitch was trying to force her to keep her show because that girl Emiru got attacked. I did a video on this already. You could check it out on my channel. I'm probably too lazy to put it in the pinned comment. I know. It is what it is. But I'll try to see if I remember. But Emiru, she had to do the meet and greet to keep her show. And like, what's her show? It's clearly a show that Twitch is in partnership with. This was not a thing. I don't think this became a thing until Cenat leveled it up and broke down the doors for them to have competition. Now, of course, Aiden Ross is the originator, but Aiden Ross was always a little bit of a black sheep for Twitch. And then the move to Kick and all of that. But Cenat, he played the good guy role, and he stayed on Twitch, and they were the first to really show him love. Like, they sent him a pair of sneakers. The Twitch used to not communicate at all with the top streamers whatsoever. They did not care. But now they're collaborating with these streamers on these shows. So the reason that he presented it on this stage is because Twitch is backing this show that Plaqueboymax is doing. Twitch is backing this show that I think Cutie Cinderella whined about it, the podcast, that they're doing. Now they're starting to back these streamers and collaborate with them and work with them and have this back and forth discussion. This was not a thing back in the day. And back in the day is even like 3+ years ago. Like, I remember there was this huge show by this guy Austin. Austin show used to be known as Raj Patel. That thing was gigantic. Twitch never had him up at TwitchCon talking about it, talking about they're going to collaborate or fund it or do an in-person event. They didn't do any of that. And Cenat put up his own money into events like this. Plaqueboymax as well. Like, for example, Into Deep. I don't know if Twitch collaborated with Into Deep, but I know they did with Streamer University because they gave it its own emote. And they gave it its own section on Twitch. But Plaqueboymax, he's another example of somebody that put money out of his own pocket for Into Deep, which was this love show, kind of like a Love Island remake, where he got this gigantic house for a week or so, and he had girls and guys in there, and it was a really cool concept. But these guys put up their own money up front, and then now Twitch is supporting them, which I think is great. And it was Cenat that broke down these doors. But these are two completely different ideas. I don't think I've seen somebody do the idea that Plaqueboymax is doing right now, focus specifically on streamers that are up and coming. And the space is competitive now because everyone's recognizing how much monetary gain there is to be had if you are good at it, consistent at it, and manage to just get a small community. That's the thing about Twitch. You don't have to be gigantic to make a ton of bread like other platforms like IG or TikTok. And it's not complicated either. Like IG, if someone's big, they're like, okay, well, I've got to do like sponsors and all this other stuff. With Twitch, it's like, oh, you're huge, or you've got your own community, you've got 500 plus viewers. Okay, just stream a lot and be entertaining, and then that's it. But let me know what y'all think about Plaqueboymax's idea. Do you think this is
Damn, it's over. Oh damn.
copying Streamer Universe? I don't care if people copy, to be honest, if it turns out well. But I don't think this is a copy of.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Motherfuckers, the people that's saying that he's copying Stream University, bro. Like that is weird, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Then they wonder why good things never happen. It's because motherfuckers be saying they be ruining it, bro. Like they ruin the good things. Like, bro, he's trying to help people go up, and the only thing people say is he's copying Stream University. Like, bro, he's giving people opportunity, bro. Like, I don't know, bro. It's like whenever something good happens, bro, people find some reason to hate, bro.
At all. I like this idea by Plaqueboymax. Oh, and circling back to the idea that I said I would hold off on until the end. I like that Plaqueboymax did not fall into the trap, which is now a trap. It wasn't a trap 5+ years ago, because times have changed, and the generation that's growing up right now don't see a delineation or a separation between music artist and streamer, and one being corny and the other being cool, like the generation before them did, like Gen Z did, or even Gen Z was like iffy. But people,
Yeah, he's not wrong. Like, you remember when people thought anime was lame? Now all of a sudden anime is cool. I ain't gonna lie. I was an anime fan even back then. Like, I've been an anime fan my whole life, but people thought anime was lame, bro. It's literally like that, bro. Like, but look at RDC, bro. They were making content about anime when people was calling it lame, bro. Now look where they at, bro. That's a pure example, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I always fucked with RDC, bro. RDC, like, when it comes to content groups, they're still my number one, bro.
that grew up, yeah, so he could have said, like, yo, I'm going to focus on the music. Like, my music is doing well right now. But no. And I think DDG has to be given credit for doing that. DDG was the test subject. He was test subject A. He was the prototype. He was like, okay, I went into this YouTube thing. I was in the diss track era. I made some music. I got a gold plaque. I was in that same era as Queen Naija when she had some success as a music artist. Let me go full-time music artist. Okay, I did my thing there. That's when he had Moonwalking in Calabasas. But, like, I'm losing my fan base on YouTube. This, like, rap stuff is hard. People are still thinking of me as, like, the rapper that turned YouTuber. Let me go back to doing vlogs and this. And then he does that. And then he says, you know what? Let me hop into streaming. After he hopped on Aiden Ross's stream years ago when he brought Blueface on there. That was a catastrophe. But he built that connection there. Streamed for a little bit. Then went through a tough period in his life of turmoil with his ex-girlfriend, baby mama, Halle Bailey. And then now he said, you know what? I'm going hard on the streaming. Makes me a ton of money. I can put that together with music, like the hit-a-thon that he had, which was a massive success. And that's where Blame the Chat came out of. And then now releasing music and streaming and doing content all together, like this ecosystem that just feeds each other. And I think Plaqueboymax doesn't have to make the same mistakes or errors that DDG made, and can still be a successful artist due to the blueprint and formula and recipe that DDG created from testing.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. If you like the video, like, subscribe on my socials. We're on the road to 1K. Shout out to Hello Yasin extras for the video.